Hi, welcome to the Music Hall. We're here with StageTalk.net and Wade McCollum. We're so glad you're here. Welcome back to Dallas.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
You left when?
We did cabaret in 2011.
Yeah.
Time goes so quickly.
It does. Good. Well, everybody just loves you and loves Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Good. It's a great show. Super fun to perform.
I have to ask you, how many costume changes do you have?
Oh, I should actually just count officially. I think it's around 21, 22. But you know, there's some that happen on stage. There's some kind of half costume changes.
Yes.
So it's in the early 20s, but it's a lot. And it's a lot of amazing clothes, whimsical. A lot of them are 30 seconds, 40-second changes.
Well, I think you ought to do a reality show backstage with the costumes.
We were just saying that yesterday. Really? Yeah, that what happens backstage is, in many ways, just as, if not more interesting than what's happening on stage. Because there are twice, 3, 4 times as many people backstage making all the magic happen. And it is quite a show back there.
How did you get the role?
Oh, I auditioned and then I got it. You know, the way you do in New York. It was couched within a week of lots of auditions for me, which was great. I was doing an off-Broadway musical called Triassic Park, which is a musical of Jurassic Park from the dinosaurs' perspective. So like Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead, but Jurassic Park, super cool. And then I had a bunch of auditions, and this was one of them, and it was just kind of a good fit.
I thought it was really interesting reading your bio that all the shows that you have done, and it's not the traditional, standard American songbook kind of thing. You've done a lot of stuff that's kind of out there and pushing the boundaries or things like that.
Yeah, you know, I think from early on as an artist, I was always interested in transformation and telling the untold stories. So I tend to gravitate towards things that are a little eccentric or very eccentric or have some sort of, bizarre quality. And I love doing plays, I love doing Shakespeare, I love doing musicals, so it's all in there. And this last, 2011 was a neat year because it was the MC in Cabaret, it was Dracula in Dracula, it was the narrator in Fly By Night, which is playing here at Dallas Theater Center right now. And it was Pryor and Angels in America. So it was kind of this broad spectrum of theater. And so I feel really appreciative that I get to do such diverse work.
You wouldn't get the lines mixed up from one show to another.
Let's hope not.
When did you start the tour?
We opened in January, and it is now, what is it now?
I think it's May.
I'll go with you on that one. Yeah, it's disorienting, traveling from city to city, week to week. But we opened in January in Minneapolis, so it was freezing cold. And now we're here, which is not freezing cold. And we'll be going through November, it looks like.
Oh, cool. Good, good. What's when you were in rehearsals, did you have to have shoe rehearsals? Because you wear some phenomenal shoes.
Yeah, they're beautiful and bizarre. They're actually really comfortable too, which is surprising to me. But the shoes that we wear most of the time are made by La Duca. So they're the small company, I think they're based in Italy, and they're all, I think, handmade, and they're incredibly comfortable for a high heel, made to dance in, made for our feet. So they're very responsible with our feet and the shoes, which is great.
Oh, nice.
And so, we had a long shoe fitting in New York City at La Duca, where they took, foot tracings and then foot molds and all these different things. And then La Duca makes all the high heels, most of them. And then the crazy kind of sculptural shoes, the platforms, all these different things are made by some company in Canada that I don't know the name of, but they make them by hand and they're incredible. They're lighter than they look, and they're made for our feet. So it's not as uncomfortable as it may appear.
You're on stage almost the whole time.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
There is one moment where I can go off stage to take a drink of water, and I have probably a minute. Other than that, I'm either on stage doing something or I'm changing my clothes as quickly as I possibly can. So yeah, it's a marathon. By the end, I'm sweating.
I noticed when I was looking through my binoculars that the makeup, the eye makeup, and it looks like you have on glasses of a sort, or goggles, or something to ask.
It is, but they did take face molds of our faces, and all the makeup is molded to our face. But it's a contraption. Yeah.
Ah.
Because it would be impossible to do that
Yes.
beautiful and complicated design in 30 seconds, and then take it all off in another 30 seconds. So, yeah.
That's what I noticed, because I thought, how do you do that? Because you have to, so many actors, if they have a lot of makeup or makeup changes, complain because you have to shave and you have to put the foundation on and all that stuff, and then your skin says, no, we're not going to do this.
Exactly. When I first got the show, I didn't know if we would be in and out of makeup a lot, and thought, no, my face is going to fall off. The only thing we actually put on and off over and over again is lipstick and glitter. So I do that maybe 15 times in the show. So by the end of the show, my lips are a little mad at me.
Oh, the glitter is wonderful on the lipstick. At the end of the show, there were some of the staff coming in to start to tidy up, and somebody had left a boa, and so instead of, they were getting ready to tidy up, but with the boa, in keeping with the show.
That's awesome.
Which is fun. Okay, now tell us how you got started. Were you a boy soprano? Did you do theater?
I wish. No, my early childhood was spent on the road. My dad's a rock musician. He's a drummer. So from the time I was born until I was 5, I never stayed in one place, and he was gigging around the country, around North America. So from very early on, my kind of identity and personality was formed around music and nomadicism and, kind of rock and roll. So it's kind of in my spirit that to be an artist and to be a musician. And then I grew up. I went to school in Ashland, Oregon, which is home of the Oregon Shakespeare Festival.
I have put my time in there as well.
There you go. So as a kid, I knew of it. We never got to see it because of money. I never could afford it. I finally saw a show in school. They took us in the 7th or 8th grade and saw my first Shakespeare shows. And then, slowly but surely started kind of figuring out that that's what I was. It wasn't until high school that I did my first show with the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and it was so impactful to me. I was 14, 15, and it was undoubtedly what I was going to do for the rest of my life. So I dropped out of high school, and I went to a conservatory, graduated at 19, and I've been a professional actor ever since.
Wow.
So only for like 6 years.
Of course, of course, of course. I just love it because Siskiyou Mountains and all of that. Oh, I love Southern Oregon. It's just gorgeous.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Well, now we'll do a Chamber of Commerce commercial for all of them. It's a wonderful tradition that they have there.
Yeah.
That is so neat.
Yeah.
When you get ready for this show, besides getting the makeup on and the costumes, what do you do to get yourself so you can run this marathon that you have to?
It's a lot of stretching. A lot of stretching. I use foot rollers to roll my toes out. I put my fingers in between my toes and stretch them out, because being in all those heeled shoes, it's all the compression on the ball of the foot, and a lot of jumping and spinning and dancing on it. So I try to spread the feet out as much as I possibly can. I use this Ayurvedic acupressure mat on my feet, which is really helpful. And I do some yoga, make sure my spine is warmed up, warm up my voice, obviously. And then just try to get into the mental state or the energetic state of embracing 3,000 people. That energetically, the room is ginormous, the show is ginormous, and we're to embrace these people psychically, energetically, with our story for 2.5 hours, and it's a lot of people. So I try to expand my embrace, my energetic embrace, so that I can help allow people to come on the story with us, and to go on the journey.
Well, I think the cast is wonderful because there's not any standing around and doing touch step. You know, you guys are working hard on everything. And
Yes.
And do you work out together, or does everybody have his own plan of keeping fit?
Yeah, everybody kind of has their own plan. Some of us do work out together sometimes, but it's very hard to establish a routine. In each new city, it's a different gym, it's a different hotel,
Right.
it's a different setup. So it's hard to kind of establish a routine. But this ensemble, hardest working ensemble ever, super incredible. Every single person is so talented and so incredibly generous. We're really, really, really lucky.
Well, and I think committed
So
to
committed.
to the project.
Absolutely. Everybody's heart is in the right place, you know, and there's not a bad egg in the bunch, and everybody can sing their face off, and everybody can dance, everybody's a great actor, and good people, so we lucked out.
I was working at the Dallas Summer Musicals box office in the fall, answering the telephone, and there was a woman who called who's a flight attendant, and she said she wanted to get season tickets because she said, Priscilla is the best show of the season. I have seen it twice in London, and I will do anything to see this production here.
Wow.
And I thought, what a terrific testimonial for the script and the producers and the director that you've got that kind of commitment, unsolicited,
Yeah.
from someone who has seen the show.
Yeah.
And I understand what she was talking about. Priscilla, the bus is just fabulous. What's it like to work on that?
Yeah, she's amazing. Priscilla is the eponymous character. And
Yes.
She's the biggest queen in the cast. And sometimes she needs a break too. she throws her temper tantrums. But most of the time she's really good and she spins like she's supposed to.
Yes.
And she lights up. She's incredible. I don't know if it's unfortunately, but I've never really seen the full extent of what she does because I'm in it. And I'm so close to the bus that I don't
Right.
see the picture. I just kind of see the lights. So, but I've heard that there's incredible pictures, a sunrise and all these graphics that she kind of lights up and does all these things. And that's amazing. I mean, you know, I think Broadway shows on one level are to deliver a certain amount of spectacle and just pay off in just pure entertainment value and blow your mind from a technical perspective. And undoubtedly this show does that 10,000-fold because the costumes are outrageous and the bus is quite an amazing set piece. And it's such an integral part of our story. It's a road trip. So
It is. And I love it when the audience starts to recognize the song that's coming up. Because some people around me were going, oh!
Yeah, that's the fun thing about doing a jukebox show.
Yes. Or that you have a little sing-along.
Yeah, people sing
Unsolicited.
along, absolutely, all the time. And that is welcome. Yeah, it's fun, you know. And there's that sense of nostalgia with the known music, but then there's also a sense of discovery because how it's creatively couched within the narrative of the play and how the characters are using those pre-existing lyrics to move their story along.
We're glad you're here. We're glad you're back to Dallas. So, y'all come back, you hear?
We will.
Thank you so much, Wade.
Thank you.